feel personality is a combination of all the other topics which most of us have spoken about: confidence, character, happiness, the pursuit for happiness, and also the interpersonal skills. I feel that many of us have said that, whoever took up the topic of personality have said that imitation is, you cannot gain personality through imitation. Well, I would like to disagree on that point. I feel that personality is a combination of imitating a person you're extremely influenced by, and also over the years what you nurture through your experiences in your life. I also feel, for me, as an individual, I feel the personality that I have gained over the years would be what my parents have taught me, and also the kind of people I have met and the kind of influence they've had on my life. Nobody is born, not many of us is conventionally beautiful. Not every one of us is Aishwarya Rai or Shah Rukh Khan. It's the personality that makes a person that they are today. It is, I feel, if you want to stand out in a crowd, you have to have a good personality. And how do you nurture that? To have, obviously, an inner strength and a positive attitude, and also to feel that the experiences that you grow with inculcate in your habit and in your lifestyle. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Yes, questions. Questions? Yeah? No? No questions? Good.
Every institution, every organization is talking about personality today. That means it is a really important topic. As Sarah has already told, personality is just how you carry yourself and how you react to situations. It is it is a combination of everything. But one point I think those who spoke about personality missed out was attitude. So personality also comprises of attitude. Now, everyone in this world is not gifted with all the talents. So what is more important is that we make good use of our strengths. To give an example of an attitude, I will tell you a short story. There was a Chinese lady who hated her mother-in-law. One day she went to a Chinese monk and asked him that I hate my mother-in-law because she is very rude to me. She expects a lot from me. So you just give me some suggestion how to get rid of her. He just gave her some herbs, and he said that it's actually a poison. But one thing you have to do is you have to cook food every day for her and just put a little bit of this herb in her food. And it's a slow poison, so it will take time, but slowly, after some days, she will finally your mother-in-law is going to die, and you can lead a happy life with your husband. Her husband was also pissed off because of the constant fights which were going on between his wife and his mother. Days passed off. She used to prepare food for her mother-in-law, and in fact she has to prepare it in a nice way so that her mother-in-law likes it and she eats it. And she had to also make it sure that her mother-in-law never cooks, she only have to cook the food. So after some time it happened that her mother-in-law started liking her. She actually appreciated the food she cooked and she started loving her. So this lady, she started feeling guilty. She thought that now my mother-in-law is loving me. She has become a support for me. In fact, in my fights with my husband, she supports me. But I have been doing something which is not good. So how will I prevent her from dying? She went to the same monk, asked him, what should I do now? The monk simply smiled and said, actually I have not given you any herb. It was just that I told you to prepare food by yourself and give it to your mom. And this is what is actually changed her attitude towards you, and you also changed your attitudes towards your mother-in-law. And she was really happy that she has not done something which was not a good way, and she and her mother-in-law and her whole family stayed happily. So this is just a small example of an attitude. That attitude is not something which is very difficult to build upon. And when we talk of personality, there there is like a whole book can be written on personality, because I am from an HR background, so we have read many models on personality. But the important thing is that it is really questionable that personality is something which is inborn or can be acquired. But it is actually a combination of your genetics, like hereditary, also the culture you are born in. For example, the Chinese people, they are known as conscientious. That means that they can't stay idle. They always try to do things in advance. So this is because of their culture. The third thing is the situation. The same person can react to different situations differently. Like the way I am behaving here may not be the way I will be behaving when I enter a temple. So personality is situation based, it's hereditary based, and it's also culture or your background based. The personality, there are many different classifications of personality. There is a big five model which describes that there are people who are extrovert, there are people who are open to imagination and who are not open to imagination. There are people who agree very easily and those who do not agree very easily. There are people who are like always they do things in advance, like the conscientious one, and there are people who do not like to mix with others so that easily. So there is a classification of big five model. There is one more classification, like there are people who are more thinking or perceiving, some are more judging. HR students must be knowing this. So there is another classification. That's why when we go to the internet now, we have seen that there are many tests by which we can actually know what personality we have. But all these things is not going to build up or break up your personality. The most important thing is that I think that the personality which God has given you, you should always carry it within you. You should acquire additional things, but that additional thing should be knowledge and experience. For improving your personality, only tip that I can give you is that always try to meditate. And when I say meditate, it's not that you have to do pranayam and all. It is very good if you can stick to it. But meditation, what I have heard is that meditation simply means that whatever work you do, at that time your whole body, mind, soul should be in that work only, and you should not divert from that. That is simply is meditation, and that's why maybe Sachin Tendulkar, who is he has not got that great personality or voice, but still people love him because he loves his game, he's passionate about it, and for him his game is his God. So
Good evening, friends. The topic I have chosen is personality. Well, personality is an amalgamation of various characteristics which we all perceive. Personality is innate, but yes, at the other fact, it can also be developed. It can develop on the fact that we discover what our shortcomings are. We discover them, we work upon them, we improve them, and thus we have an enhanced personality. From time immemorial, the importance of personality has always been there. With the modern times and the increasing competitiveness, it has just been increased. We have seen various personality development classes all over the world, emphasizing the need of personality, which clearly shows in these personality development classes, there are no magic tonics or there are no 1-minute formulas that adds up to your personality. It's just a close evaluation upon yourself. Various characteristics like confidence, resiliency, honesty, and on this list goes on and on, form a very minute part of personality. Inner conscious, which forms the character, adds to a major chunk of your personality. Personality acts as an identity of an individual when he or she stands in a crowd. It is through this personality where he or she influences others and carves out a niche for himself or herself. Hence, enhancing personality is what is the need of our, not only for the professional line, but also at the individual self. Thank you.
Good. Any questions? Any questions? No? Good. Thank you. Next.
I'm here to talk about character. We have heard this saying all through our life: when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, everything is lost. So what is that we have been hearing so much about since our childhood? That you have to have a character which defines you. Why is it so important that you should have defined character? But that creates an identity as a person, who you are, which is very important. Otherwise, it's just you're one person today and you're another completely different person tomorrow. You need to have a well-defined character to know yourself first of all, to know your strengths and your weaknesses, to be successful, to have the right kind of people around, and to be helpful for them as well. So, there was a question about character. How do you define good character and a bad character? Well, according to me, it's very, very relative and very judgmental. Right? As she said, I would want to pick the culture point from what my friend spoke, Shivangi. It differs according to cultures. In fact, in Indian culture, to talk about your kids, that they are good and they have good qualities, and to speak high of your own children is a good thing. While Japanese consider that to be a shameful thing. They don't talk about their family. They don't talk about their own highness or goodness. They don't. So it differs among cultures. And but what I would like to tell you is that when your character really doesn't spoil at another person's deed or at another person's passion, at another person's wish, is act. Until that, I think it can be considered somewhere between good and not bothering. So that is where I would like to put it. And to conclude, I would say one thing which I think has impressed me as the lines. So if you want, you can take it, or just forget it. It says, time decides whom you meet in life. You decide whom you want to stay in your life, but your character actually decides who will stay with you until the end. Any questions?
Questions?
Confidence. Confidence is the mother of all success. Only a confident person can be successful. That's why these two dignitaries sitting over there, one with the 25-30 years experience, another with 15 to 20 years experience, once they gave the topic, they wrote confidence, the first one, the remaining 4 topics following that. That's how these people see confidence as that bigger thing. Most of the things in life is provided by someone like parents, God, your friends, your well-wishers. But there's only one thing which no one can give, and that thing is confidence, which has to come within you. I just want to quote this line. There are few things in life which cannot be given by God or parents or well-wishers. For everything else, there is confidence. Confidence is required for each and every single activity in life, to take a step forward, to have a passion, to have a dream, to live up to the expectations. A child's first step is his confidence. When a school kid who wants to ride a bicycle, the first time he gets on to it's his confidence. When a college student or a high school graduate, when he wants to ride a bike, that's his confidence which makes him to sit onto that and try that. It goes on and on. Like, confidence is one thing which makes you move. That's why I said passion, dream, everything. Once you are confident, you will have those things in your life. A person without confidence, it's like a corrupted politician's money. It's like it will be there, but he can't enjoy. An example I want to quote also, from the word confidence itself. If you see, there's 3 letters in the middle, den, D-E-N, which you can derive an example from that also. A lion is considered to be a king of the jungle till it's outside in the jungle. If it's inside a zoo, inside the den, people will stand near it and make fun of it, just fool around and all. I can quote it in confidence with the same thing. A person with confidence, it's like king of the jungle, when it's inside the jungle. When he doesn't have confidence, it's like he's inside the den where people want to make fun of you and laugh at you. So have confidence, have dreams, have passion, be successful in life.
Any questions? Questions? No? No questions?
And your question was also answered. Confidence is something which comes from your side. It cannot be enforced by others. These people, they have come today, they have given something to us, thinking that our confidence or our capacity will take it beyond that. They can just tell us, but it's up to us to take it beyond.
Can you highlight a particular situation in your life which has given you a lot of confidence?
There are many things, so each and every...
Just one.
In fact, confidence, like I got it from my experience or like from the failure which I faced in life, or which should I explain?
Anyone.
Any one situation.
Okay, when I was in my
good learning experience for you.
When I was in my school, it was a state selection match. That time I couldn't make it to the state team. It's just because there's actually personal thing I shouldn't share. There's some other young guy's dad was ready to pay 10 lakhs and he in fact paid. And that guy made it into that 15 member in the state team and I was pushed to the 16 member. That night I was like very sad, terribly sad and all. My parents tried to convince me. I was just 15 or 16 at that time and young kids tend to get depressed. In fact, that night I decided that I should not play cricket at all. But I couldn't sleep that night. Next day morning when I woke up, I just felt like, let there be so many odds in my life. Let me come out of it, and next year I made it to the state team. So that's where I got
it. And we would like to wish you all the best. We can have a one group photograph here. Please come. Yes, I'll answer.
Always people perceive me as a very soft-spoken person. Like I'm soft-spoken, but people perceive me that. Many of my well-wishers have told me, if you are so soft-spoken, that people may feel
Take
that
advantage.
dominate you.
Yes. You must speak a little more effectively. Frankly, I also felt you were soft-spoken. How you can do that? With these exercises, simple exercises, you consume more air and then you speak. It's like harmonium. If you put more air, the voice comes with power. So power does not mean it should be loud. No. So let the consumption of more breath give you power, and probably with these exercises, what exercises are good for her? Because I also felt.
I think capacity and control, what we did right in the beginning, I can. You found in the morning when you introduced yourself, the thing which I mentioned to you is that you were taking breath while you were speaking sentences, many times involuntarily. If you find that you are able to sustain a long sentence and still have a little bit of breath at the end of it, you'll find that your voice will be much more effective, much more powerful. And it will have that authority, that command in it. You will be able to...
And do loud reading. Loud reading, 10-15 minutes. If you read newspaper, read editorial loud. See, these are simple things, but you have to make your voice strong and effective today.
And there's one more thing. If this is an anxiety which is always playing at the back of your mind, get rid of it as soon as possible. Because sometimes the anxieties also, they tend to drag down the person.
It becomes a syndrome and you carry.
If you feel, as someone said, if you feel confident, you become confident. So if you feel that you are being too soft, you tend to become soft.
But the content that you have, particularly in the second speech,
yes,
it was an excellent content. Even if it was from the book, the way you have presented, it was a very good presentation, and that spoke very high of confidence. Now, the point is, the voice you have to, as I said, voice can be designed. So you have to bring some power in the voice. You have to bring some power in the voice, and that should be done sooner than later. There are lots of exercises, loud reading, and then you can send an email, we will give you further guidance. So in any case, we are also starting an e-zine. So those of you who want to be informed, that is without any, there is no charge for it.